Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to Shining Brighter. My name is Nick, and today's topic is about family. Before I get going, if you would, please like, comment, subscribe, help my channel to grow, help me reach more people. Trying to help as many people as I can. And I also would love to interact with you and find out if you like the content that I'm making, if you have suggestions, if you have differing opinions or other perspectives. Because as much as I'm trying to help others, I get help from this too. So I'm going to try and break this down, into a few different ways. Because family these days is much different from what it used to be. And it's unfortunate, but there are a lot of factors. Times changed, socioeconomic pressures, high divorce rates. There are a lot of things that go into this, but let's start with what family should be. And again, I'm not making judgments. I'm not telling you that I'm right. I'm not telling you that you have to accept my view. I am a very traditional values person. And of course, that is going to have an impact on what I talk about. But there's no judgment here. Again, just things that I see that hopefully my perspective can help in a positive way. So as far as how I see what family should be, when I think about it, it should be two well-adjusted, happy, loving parents. There's no number or preference for boys or girls, for children. Just hoping that whatever you have is healthy and happy. And your family should be the people in your life that you can count on no matter what, to love you, to support you, to lift you back up if you fall down, to help you realize the best version of yourself, and to ensure that you grow up with strong, healthy boundaries, knowing your worth and value, and you respect yourself, and being your biggest cheerleader. Ideally, like I said, you have two parents that are well-adjusted, loving, and supporting, and they themselves have that relationship. Because if they don't have it, they can't give it to you. Then, of course, you would have extended family. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, and that kind of thing. But like I said, times have changed, and that traditional family, in many ways, is not as prevalent as it used to be. Now, because of that, there's a lot of breakdown in those traditional family values. So many unhappy couples who end up having kids, either because they weren't careful or because they thought it would fix their problems, or whatever the case may be. And either they stay together and they're very unhappy, and unfortunately, that is going to trickle down to the kids, because kids see and hear and absorb everything like a sponge. Now, I'm not saying that those parents want poor things for their kids, but they may not be able to control themselves to do what's best for them. There's also the issue of substance abuse, infidelity, mental issues, being emotionally damaged, one spouse degrading the other or controlling them. There's so many factors that go into it. Having said that, I'm not telling you that if you have a mother, father, and siblings or not, if you're an only child, that because they're your family, you have to keep them in your life, and you have to put up with poor treatment, disrespect, abuse, or anything like that. Because those are the people that are supposed to protect you from all that. So if they are in fact doing those things to you, in my view, if you have told them that it's unacceptable, if you've told them that they're treating you bad, and you've told them that if they don't change their ways, you won't be around, and they make no efforts, then yeah, it's time to cut those people out of your life. And I understand that's not an easy thing to do, because they are supposed to be those people that take care of you, support you, love you, and everything. But if they're not doing those things, and they're doing things to harm you in any way, you're under no obligation to stay around and take that kind of abuse. I do understand that for some, there are issues that prevent them from coming around and being better parents. They have their own demons to deal with, and either they can't or won't. But again, nobody has the right to treat you poorly, and especially not the people who are supposed to be your rock. So if you have that type of a situation, and you have the means and the ability to walk away, walk away. Now we're going to talk about what family can be in a non-traditional sense. When I was growing up, I was very fortunate to have a great group of friends. And I had a good family upbringing. I'm fortunate in that respect. There were things that happened that were tough to go through, but regardless, my parents, my brother and sister, and all of our extended family, there was never a question whether they liked us or not. And no matter the circumstance, them still being there, them still being supportive, them making sure that they knew that they were there for me, that's what mattered. Because nothing's perfect and nothing lasts forever. But going back to having such great friends, we were all integrated into everybody else's family. To the point of where one of my buddies, his mom used to joke and call me the number one son, and he was the number two son. And of course it was joking. She would never replace her own son. She loved him, and he's a great guy. Still one of my best friends to this day, and I'm so very grateful for him and his family. But the point is, if you didn't have that family of your own, but you were lucky enough to have a friend's family kind of take you in as an honorary family member, so to speak, and they're good to you, and they're positive, and they support you, and they want the best for you, that's your family. And that's okay. Because those are good people. Those are the people that you want in your life. Those are the people that are going to help shape you into the good person that you can become. And surely you would much prefer that your own family were the people doing that for you, but if they're not, but you have somebody who is, be grateful for that. You know, it might be a case where you're older, you know, you're in college, or you're in the working world, and you're surrounded by a great group of friends, people that look out for you, people that are there when you're down, people that look to help you. And it could just be, like I said, friends of college, work colleagues. Maybe you're in some kind of a group or a club, you know, that meets regularly, and you all support each other. If they genuinely care about you, they're your family. So no matter your circumstance, the big point of all of this is family doesn't have to be traditional. It doesn't have to be a mother, father, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles. Family, it's the people that have your back, the people that show you love and care, the people that offer you guidance and support, the people that lift you up and want to see you do your best. And whatever form that comes in, be thankful for it and realize that those people are your family. They don't have to be blood related. They just have to care and want the best for you. So if you're struggling with, you know, a difficult blood-related family life, and you're never, treated the way you should be, you're not given the love and care, and even worse, if you're treated abusively, you have no obligation to stick around for that and accept it, and accept them for who they are. Now, that's not to say that you can't learn to offer grace and forgiveness down the road, because maybe you don't know what demons they're dealing with, and especially if it's something like addiction, or sadly if they were treated the same by their own parents and their own family. That's what they learned. It doesn't make it right. They need to do the work to heal themselves so they can offer you a better relationship. But it doesn't mean you can't look at it, recognize it, kind of understand how they got there. And if you can make peace with it on your terms and realize no matter what they did or said that was negative or abusive or hurtful or disrespectful, it's important to understand it had nothing to do with you. And that might be hard to see because of what they say or do. But the truth is, it's because of their own pain, their own weakness, their own insecurity. what they learned, how they grew up. It's a reflection on them projecting onto you. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. You know, if you did something, not that it should warrant any kind of poor treatment, you also need to own up to that on your own, take accountability for your failures, and work on yourself. But by and large, look for the people who want you to succeed, who show you love and care, who show you support, who lift you up when you're down, and be very grateful that you have a family, whether it's traditional or not, because there are so many people in this world who don't have any family. And I can't even begin to imagine what life is like trying to go through it like that. Additionally, if you know somebody that is alone and is struggling, and you're in a position to do something for them and help lift them up and support them and help show them that they can have family. Like I said, maybe not in the traditional sense, but family is what you make of it. Strive to do that. Strive to help somebody else the way you were helped. So in closing, as always, know your worth, know your value, respect yourselves, understand that 9 times out of 10, the people who put you down are doing it not because of anything you did or who you are or what you look like. It's because they're lashing out about their life and how they were treated and how they perceive themselves. Again, it's not an excuse, but it's a lesson everybody needs to learn. Value yourself because you're worth it. You're never alone. There's always somebody that you can go to. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helps. I hope it gives you a different perspective. Again, I don't believe everything I say is right. It's just my perspective, and I'm sharing it with you in hopes that it can help you. So I wish you all a beautiful day. I hope you all can see who your family is if you don't realize it yet. And I hope you all have family. Because at the end of the day, family are the people that are going to be there for you when you need them most. I love you guys. Have a great day.